The kids in the back of class would play video games every single time, be loud as shit, tap me on the back like 100 times. But then the one time I turned around to say like, yo boys, can you please be quiet? The teacher's ripping into me, telling me to turn around and pay attention in class. I realized you do get treated differently based on who you are. At that time I was a nerd. And the kids in the back, they were the sporty kids if you put them into a stereotype, the kids who always were with their friends, having a great time. I realized that this works both ways because a while ago I was at a concert and this girl came up to me and she insulted me in a sense. She's like, oh, like something happened between you and that girl. Like, oh, she was ugly. And I was like, what the fuck? You don't know me. Like, don't come up to me if you don't know who I am and insult me. And basically, I didn't see her for a bit, like for like 20 minutes. And then when I bumped into her again, and she just came up and because I was talking to this group of like 5 people, and I was obviously like very interesting to listen to. And she came up to me and she was trying to join the conversation. I was like, what the hell are you doing here? Like, are you going to apologize to me or not? And so she ends up saying like, oh, I'm sorry to me. And weirdly enough, I actually like her company and we go off and we're with this group. She's with her group of friends. She's like, oh, come with me. So we walk off. And on the way to meet up with her friends, this girl from my school comes, like, spawns in out of nowhere, like, oh, Finn, I saw you, how you going? And I introduce them. Anyways, we keep walking, and we get to her, like, bigger group of friends. And I just tell my boys, they call me, I'll be back soon. I'm just, like, on a side quest right now. So I'm with this group of girls listening to, like, one of these good songs. And we walk off to this 7-Eleven. And at this 7-Eleven, there is, like, literally at least 200 people about my age, all, like, having a great time. And I'm just sitting there with this girl on my right and like 5 people just surrounding me at all times, like people coming to talk to me and having a great time, like genuinely top 3 experience ever, bro, like elite night. So then like literally people who come up and insult you end up like apologizing to you. You can just go off with like random people that you've just met and people really like your company, like everybody treats you well. That's kind of what happens when you get like a good level of social status. It may not be status, it may just be like you seem like you've got good social status. Like I was fun to be around. And obviously I knew that they knew me, bro, because in Hong Kong I do have like social status. People like their friends, their mutuals knew me, or like they've seen my Insta, or they just somehow know me. That's a very Hong Kong unique thing. But that's how I could establish like that social status in like an outside of school environment, like at a concert. And so the only lesson I learned from that is life is fucking sick when you're like treated well, when you have got good friends, you've been networking, like life is fucking amazing and everything goes your way. I'm Finn. I help young guys make really good friends. By the way, I have a step-by-step guide on how I did this. If you're interested, the link's in the description. But I want to get on to my next story. You might be at a time in your life where you're wondering, like, how would I even get there? I was wondering this exact same thing about a year ago. I was in the boarding house, and basically every night it would get to like 6:30, 7-ish, and I would sit down and I would be studying, but I would kind of just like get bored and be on YouTube. But I was extremely lonely, especially during these few hours, because everybody in my boarding house would be studying, and I would just like, when I would procrastinate studying, I felt like really alone. At this time, I didn't have good friends in my school, or like in my boarding house, I didn't really have too many friends that I would like love to spend a few hours with. It would just be like a couple guys that I would chat with. Like there were guys there that I liked, but I just wasn't close with them at the time. And I was thinking like, how fucking cool would it be if I could just go out and like go to a party? Like what if I was talking to some girls again? Like life would be fun, right? That didn't mean that I was gonna stop working on my stuff. It just meant like, oh, I just go out on Saturday, have a good time, and then back on the roll on Monday, Tuesday. I started to do this, but it started when on some random weekend, I was literally, when you get to like a peak low, when you're just so sad, you're so bored, you start doing like the worst habits by yourself. Like this never happens to me, but this was like the one weekend that none of my friends could hang out, and I ended up just having like some beers by myself. And I was like on the phone with friends, and I was sitting there and I saw this Instagram story. Like genuinely, on a side note, I don't do that much, But like that was a genuine low point, like a fucking shit Saturday, middle of winter. Like we all have our lows, right? And this guy on his Insta story, I see, oh yo, I'm having a party tonight. Pull up, and I'm following this Instagram account because it's like his 18th. And I met him twice at this thing called the Under 18 event. This Under 18 event is basically where people literally, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's like a party. It's pretty fucking cool. Like it's pretty fun, especially if you're. I mean, don't go if you're 18 or above, bruh. Like no shit. But when you're under 18, it's like the most fun thing to do. And there's so many, like everybody is looking for a guy or a girl. It's so much fun. People are very friendly there. But I had basically networked there and got like his Insta, and he respected me. He thought I was a funny guy to go out with. And he ended up inviting me to this party. By the time I got there, I brought a few friends, and then we got invited to like these two girls were like, oh yeah, come to our 18th. And I went to their 18th, and then there was some other person saying, oh, come to this 18th. And you keep meeting people. Now, all of a sudden, I had like all these parties coming in. Like I was meeting a lot of girls. Like life was, getting fun. And that made me realize, because like, okay, when you get to that point, you stop appreciating it. But I can't lie, I was getting invited to all these parties. I was talking to a bunch of girls. It was all coming like flowing through. That taught me the lesson that it's going to take you like weeks, months for you to find something like this, to find like, maybe you don't want to go out to degenerate parties and you want to find genuine friends. Same concept, but like, just hear me out. I was looking for like, I just wanted to go to a party every weekend, to be honest. That's what I was trying to do. And it took me like half a year before anything like that was happening. And then finally it started happening, and I was getting these invites all the time. But then I decided, no, I'm just going to lock in. I'm going to stay at school. Like when it rains, it pours. And then once it's been pouring for like a few weeks, you just don't even appreciate it anymore, and you can kind of move on to new things in life. Now, this isn't quite the same with like good quality friends you hang out with regularly. But when you really want to go partying, like it's gonna take a long time for you to finally like get free and like stop going out because you're having such a good time. But when like if you're a guy who also has other goals, you're gonna end up pushing it away, and you're gonna end up saying like, oh yeah, whatever, like I'm locking in now, and you're gonna not appreciate it anymore. So the point that I needed to make to you is it's possible. It just seems impossible from this point of view. And then one day it'll just be fucking raining and you just have so much of it that you don't even care. Thank you for watching this video, bro. If you want extra help, click the link in the description. I have a guide. Have a great day, bro.